Hey everyone, Don and Ash here.
Hello.
I know it's been a long time coming, but Diablo 4's Vessel of Hatred is releasing this Monday, October 7th or October 8th, depending on where you are in the world. And just like a lot of you, we are super excited to get back into the game. We both kind of fell off Season 5 as there wasn't much to do, but the hype has come back. I know the devs have been super busy and the media team and everyone's been super busy releasing a ton of videos talking about all the changes that they've been making for Vessel of Hatred. And I've been sitting on the sidelines paying attention to all the awesome things, but with a kind of hands-off approach, but I'm finally ready to dive in. I didn't leave much time, but like I said, we're super excited. We already pre-ordered it a while ago. And so there's 3 videos specifically we want to watch. And the start of those is going to be Neyrelle's Lament. This is an animated video. We get the voice actor Judy Alice Lee in it. And the storyboard illustration and art adaptation done by Sarah Alfiga. I hope I'm saying that right. They do have names down in the description this time. So join us in watching this awesome video, and hopefully you guys are just excited to hop in the game in less than 24 hours now. So let's jump right in.
I know there will be no answer to this prayer. I've seen past sanctuary. The darkness of the hells and the light of the heavens are the same. Humanity's struggles don't interest them. We're all pawns in their never-ending war. But this soul stone exhausts me. With so long to go. So I ask for guidance, for help, for something to drown out the hate. Or is that just the river? It's getting hard to know the difference sometimes. Even if I could sleep, he whispers to me. It takes everything I have to remember who I am, to keep Mephisto at bay. This is a fight I think I'm losing. Drowning in hatred. And what help is coming? This all began with a child's innocent curiosity.
That's her mom,
I
yeah?
only wanted answers to why things were the way they were.
Yeah.
My mother told me the Horadrim had those answers. So I devoured their legends, their histories, their writings. I read about the founding of the original Horadric Order by the Archangel Tyrael, of Talrash's heroic sacrifice. Held Deckard Cain's great works, and the last of them is my most stubborn friend, Lorath. I studied their greatest triumphs, and their many failures, too. They seemed so wise from a distance. And for a time, I was with them, determined to carry on their legacy of justice and protection. But now I see the Horadrim for what they are. Flawed,
scared people. Stumbling through the darkness with nothing but a sputtering candle for guidance. And if we find the light, does it not sear through us? The heavens and the hells alike see us as insects.
Hello?
Fighting battles we cannot win. Pushed and pulled into our places like puppets on a string. I was brought up on stories of courage that now read like desperation. Acts of bravery that only end in death.
No! No. I watched my mother surrender to hatred on the shores of the Black Lake. I won't be like her! I have lost so much. My family, my body, and now my mind. But I can take one more step, and one more breath. Battle one more time. One time, many times. I have learned to be relentless. Or maybe I've always known how. Maybe our legends are what we make of them. Brave or foolish or desperate, we've won before. Against every odd, the Wanderer cast Lilith down. I read first-hand accounts of Diablo's fall beneath Tristram, and Bale's attempt to corrupt the Worldstone.
Feel sick.
Of Mephisto's defeat in the durance of hate. Defeated, but not destroyed. This stone has left enough poison in its wake. It must be destroyed at any cost. And my last chance to do that is coming fast. I can carry this until then, guided by the strength of everyone who came before me. Lorath, Donan, my mother, the Wanderer. So, to anyone or anything listening, lend me your strength. And when I find my journey's end, I know I will not stand alone.
I was like, I heard that extra voice creep in again at the end.
Hold on. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I got goosebumps
Look at this,
so
y'all.
many times during that. It was so hard not to talk when she was talking and not overlap her. I just really wanted to make sure that I was hearing what she was saying. What really stood out to me, aside from like her voice changing in those two parts there, just artwork wise, the transitions from each scene were like flawless. Like they led you into each part of the story so well. They were so smooth, and that like I really, from an artistic standpoint, really appreciate that.
Yeah, no, it was smooth is just the word. It was visually super appeasing. I think that I just want to kind of pull it out of the scope of the lore here for a second, and just want to give props to the media teams or whatever that do these things, because especially with this expansion, I even want to extend that to just Diablo 4 in general, and just a little bit, just a nod a little bit to outside of Diablo, the other Blizzard teams on the other games, them, you can see them all doing it, them diving back into like lore and making story the forefront, and making like story fantasy the forefront of like the marketing approach has been like the smartest thing, because I felt like there was a lack of that for I don't know, maybe there's a lack of excitement in just the RPG space, just bringing it back into the scope of Diablo, and getting these little tidbits of lore. These side videos are sick for anybody who's been following the franchise for a long time.
Yeah,
it's really turning the drip feed on just a little bit less viscous, you know what I mean? Like we're just the flow of content is amazing, and this was no letdown. This was absolutely awesome. I remember like the last ones we watched like this were with Lorath telling the story. I know there was one we missed, but these are great. Like honestly, I don't know what to say. They're just 10 out of 10. And the voice actor did great. The animation is great, and they always leave you wanting more. So that's where I'm left. There was obviously a bunch of goosebump moments in this one, and the first time I heard the voice change, just to kind of follow up with what you were saying, the first time I kind of had feelings of like Mephisto, so I'm just gonna bring that up on screen and just so we can have that visual right there in front of us. It was about right here, where she was. I'll turn it down a little bit, where she's talking, and we hear, like, to me it sounds like a feminine, ethereal voice, or just her voice being demonically altered a little bit, right? Like she's being overtaken by Mephisto. But for some reason, this first demonic influence or whatever made me think of Mephisto, just because of like the angst in her voice, and then the voice later made me think of Lilith. Right, I got the vibes of Lilith because she said something about standing together, or I won't stand alone, or something like that.
Yeah.
For some reason, it just made me think of Lilith, especially with the visuals we got of Lilith right before, especially with this. I get to see the whole family.
So sick.
This family portrait. Look at the fam. Everybody looks so cute. I think that Bale here looks amazing. Bale is one of my favorite stylistically. The video that did get redone of the invasion of the Barbarian home, of the invasion of Ariat, Mount Ariat, right? Is the one of the best videos ever when Bale comes up and just like his
whole demeanor
is so not even evil. It's twistedly evil just because he doesn't try to be evil.
Yeah, he just is.
Yeah, exactly, right? He's so magnifique.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's so twisted. I love him. So much.
And his like little laugh in that scene too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
He's very chic in that way. Diablo is obviously just the big brute, the young brute who just wants to thrash everything. And Mephisto is so conniving and evil and schemy.
Yeah.
And if you play World of Warcraft, I think we could both say he reminds us of Nizrek from Ashkahet, who's our favorite hoo-hoo.
Yeah.
Right? What's a hoo-hoo? Like hoo-hoo.
Yeah.
Right? So all three have amazing personality, and I just like how they were shown in this. I want to see more of this style. I think I like, especially with Bale on the right side of the screen, I've always liked, not that I'm saying this is, but I've always liked Japanese ink art style.
Yeah.
And I like how you get it kind of with all of them, but Diablo feels more like they were actually trying to fill in the color. Bale feels like it's that ink style, and there was just like a splotch of color over him.
Yeah.
Right? It just feels different. I don't know. I like it all. Lilith feels much more refined.
Very.
In her,
for sure.
in her, her drawing.
Yeah.
And then I like how Mephisto comes in and just contrasts them all with that dash of color because the main focus is on him.
He's the highlight, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it makes so much sense.
It's one of my favorite scenes.
From a stylistically standpoint, obviously. He just pops. And I one of the first transitions we saw was it was like that Neyrelle's talking and it had like a puff of like reddish aura went into. It was like her almost that went into Bale, and I love that transition. And the first time, so when that came up and we got to see this, I got goosebumps the first time because damn.
yeah. I think they're releasing a lot of lore, and I'm always that fan that's like, all right, animated show,
Yeah.
All right, just do it, just do it, pull the trigger, give us what we want. Riot did it.
Oh.
So yeah, no, this video is sick, and I can't wait. I honestly just can't wait to dive into the game. There's not much more I can really say. These give me that feeling of stasis because they're so good, and I'm left with that anticipatory feeling. I'm so anxious to know that very next little. I'm like drip. I'm like drip. It's like watching that molasses thing that drips every however many 100 years, you know what I mean? I'm like, drip, please. I'm like, give it to me.
Yeah, for sure. There's always so much to be appreciated with these, and definitely I agree with you with you're always waiting for that next drop.
Absolutely. So I think because we've already seen the the high definition graphical animated one, the cinematic one of her floating through the river. This was just a nice addition to that. Would love to know your favorite moments. I think that for me, it goes without saying, the family portrait, I think, was my favorite moment, bringing it all in and getting to see the current main character along the backdrop of our original cast, plus Lilith. She's technically new. And favorite, I don't know, favorite parts for you?
Yeah, I was like, as soon as you said that, I'm like, going through, try to fast forward through it. Honestly, I think because the visuals accompanying it, when Neyrelle had that voice switch and just the whole mentality of building up that part of the story, really pulls me in, and I really think that's the highlight for me. It's just that mentality switch, because it really pulls you in to, again, the story, the lore, and the direction and feeling of how Mephisto is affecting her mind, and the journey that we're going to be able to get to follow her on now going into this next season.
I can't wait. Normally I race to 100, but I can't wait to, I don't want to take it super slow, but I can't wait to indulge in the story, the new zone, the new character. Didn't even touch on the new character. I like how they're not only just marketing the new character, they are big time, but I love how, a lot of the attention is around just, I guess, the new Soulstone carrier, which, good luck to her. Her future doesn't,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even need to know it next. I don't think it's going to be very bright. Right? So I just want to play that part again where she's getting kind of overtaken, I guess, by demonic influence, just so we can enjoy it one more time.
And if we Does it not sear through us? The heavens and the hells alike see us as insects, fighting battles we cannot win, pushed and pulled into our places like puppets on a string. I was brought up on stories of courage that now read like desperation. Acts of bravery that only end in death.
No!
Yeah. Yeah. Just that whole concept of having like your absolute truths being completely flipped and turned on their head, and like having these, intrusive thoughts, and where you're just second guessing absolutely everything that she literally built her life learning about.
Yeah. And then this end part after the family portrait again, where we get a bit of that, I guess, mentality breaking as well. Who knows how long her journey is into the new region of Nahantu. Oh wow, I'm surprised I remember the name of that. But it's gonna be fun. Less than 24 hours.
Yeah, I am like,
let's go,
on the edge of the seat waiting for this.
Let's go.
You're like, download faster.
Yeah. Here.
Defeat in the durance of hate.
I love how she said, hold on, stop. I love how she said durance of hate. Those are the levels that you go down through in Diablo 2 to kill Mephisto the first time. And then I love how she says defeated, but not destroyed.
Yeah.
Obviously, because, even if there's like a sliver of a soul stone, they're going to find a way to get in it. And, I'm sure like, I'm sure these guys have a way, like, could I not say, even without a soul stone, they just infest somebody or infect somebody or something. I'm like, they're so schemy and conniving. I'm like, they'd find a way to come back.
Yeah,
they always do. I'm like, I'll see you guys next season.
You're actually just sitting there like,
All right.
How this time?
Yeah.
Destroyed. This stone has left enough poison in its wake.
Yeah.
It must be destroyed at any cost. And my last chance to do that is
her arm,
fast. I can carry this until then, guided by the strength of everyone who came before me. Lorath, Don, my mother, the Wanderer. So, to anyone or anything listening, lend me your strength. And when I find my journey's end, I know I will not stand alone.
Yeah.
That's Lilith's voice.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, right? That's totally Lilith's voice. I'm like, bruh. Sick. So I'm wondering what influence Lilith will have and what role she will play, just as a last statement here. Because remember, she's not too happy with Mephisto, who is her dad. And she already was trying to, I guess, defy I'm not even sure defy his rule specifically, but just defy the rule of like how things have worked for the past long time, between heaven and hell and where we reside in the middle.
Yep.
So that was absolutely sick. Let us know your favorite moments in the comments down below, and we will see you in game and in the next video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the comments. All right. Bye.
Bye.